Good afternoon, guys. How are you doing? It's Luca Dr. Pops here. Back with a video. Come back. I'm back. Um, Maybe my voice got a bit deeper. So of course, I'm getting older. As you can see, pop collection still here, still around. Um, but today we're not going to be talking about Funko Pops. We're actually going to be talking about what I have on my screen right now. Screen recording. Letterboxd. So every year, Letterboxd releases something called Letterboxd Wrapped, and I actually joined Letterboxd pretty recently in September, or pretty recently, but a couple months ago. But I found it on TikTok, and I see they have things where TikToks of like celebrities and stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh, Letterboxd, Letterboxd, I love Letterboxd," and I was like, why don't I check it out? It's a movie reviewing app. I use it every single time I watch a movie now. I have stuff in my watch list. But famous thing they always do is they ask, "Oh, what are your four favorites?" Your Letterbox four. That's what they call it. It's very famous or infamous. I don't know how to use that. But my Letterbox four has to be, come on, peak. Back to the Future. Robert Zemeckis, Michael J. Fox, starring in that. Amazing movie. This one, oh, I sounded Scottish. This will never go down in my letterbox. It will always stay there. I don't think my letterbox will ever change, like ever, unless I see like a movie that just truly changed my life. But yeah, Back to the Future #1, nostalgic for me and one of the best movies I've ever seen. Probably the best movie I've ever seen. Almost got beat out by my #2 spot, but always got to be #1. Favorite movie of all time. But next one, of course, one of the best movies I've ever seen. Sidney Lumet. Um, uh, 12 Angry Men, Henry Fonda, 12 guys in a room just yelling at each other. Come on. What else do you want from that? One of the best movies I've ever seen. I saw it this year, actually. Um, I just watched it on a random day. I was like, you know what? Why don't I was looking through old movies. I was like, 12 Angry Men. I was like, oh, it's the Family Guy sketch. And I was like, what can't go wrong? You know what I mean? So, yeah, but I watched it. Amazing movie. Holy crap. Kept me on the edge of my seat. Like, maybe first 2 minutes were boring. Rest of it, chef's kiss, perfection. Third one, another perfect movie. Come on. Practically everyone has seen these last two, but Pulp Fiction, one of the greatest movies of all time, if not. Quentin Tarantino, absolute icon, my idol. I want to be like him when I'm older. Make movies like him. Just how he does it. But yeah, this movie is amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's really good. You know, but yeah, Pulp Fiction, Tarantino, Chef's Kiss as well, and last but not least, of course, come on, The Godfather, Francis Ford Coppola, Mario Puzo. I think if not the greatest film of all time, except for Shawshank. I haven't seen it, but yeah, this movie's amazing. Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, James Caan, Johnny Cassell, all of them give their 10 out of 10 performance. And I think one of the greatest films I've ever watched. I think the best mobster movie I've ever watched of all time. Um, but yeah, it's just simply lovely. I'll probably be using that a bit. Simply lovely. Recent Activity, Guy Ritchie's Snatch, very underrated movie. I suggest you watch it. It's like Brit. If you've seen Jackie Brown, it's kind of like that. It's like a heist movie, and everyone's just all together. They're all linked together. That's the type of movies I like, where they're all just linked together in some sort of way. They're all mutual. Possibly in Michigan. This movie freaks me out. Like I used to have last year, I used to have nightmares just watching it because it was just like so scary. But so scary. But but no. Next one, Good Will Hunting. Can't go wrong with Good Will Hunting. It's a great movie. Matt Damon, Robin Williams. I would want Robin Williams as my shrink if I had one. He would. I would just love talking to him. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And then just Pulp Fiction. See, as you can see, I rewatched it. I did log it twice. I've logged it twice already on this app, same as The Godfather. I just had to. It's just so good. I just was like, you know what? I don't feel like watching anything new. I'm just gonna watch a classic. So I watched Pulp Fiction. But yeah. But on Letterboxd, you can see Those are all the movies I've watched in January. No Country for Old Men. But see recent reviews, popular reviews, my tags. So these are all Tarantino films that he's directed. They have it under director. Um, every single one except, as you can see, there's no once upon a time in Hollywood. Sorry, but yeah, look at that. 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4, 4, 4.5. I mean, come on. But yeah, that's Tarantino films. If we can go back, we'll go to Scorsese. I'll show you all the Scorsese movies I've seen. There is one that I have seen, but I didn't log it. Like, if I had this app for like all my life, I'd at least have like 3,000 movies logged. But yeah, it's all his, like, I think his just best four right there. Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Casino, Raging Bull, King of Comedy, and Mean Streets. His first ever movie. Mean Streets was really good. I liked it, but yeah, I just have like tagged, you know, my tags. I have Scorsese films, Kubrick, Mafia, like Mafia movies, foreign films, Italian American mobster media. So, yeah. I'm gonna add something to Mafia today, which is gonna be Departed. I'm gonna watch that later. As you can see here, some people that I follow, a couple friends, you know, just a couple mutuals that like we share the same interest. But what you can do is you can also make lists on Letterboxd. So I have something called my 32 favorites, because I don't want to make the list like 150, because, you know, I mean, like my own. Oh, I know I can't. Oh, sorry about that. Um, oh, I can see. Oh, I can see how many of them watched. How many? But yeah, so I have faded when watched, because when I'm on the 250, I just fade to see what I've watched. But we've talked about the four. Damien Chazelle, La La Land. I've cried to this movie. It's amazing. Um, you know, pretty much gives you depression at the end. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, classic John Hughes movie, same as Breakfast Club. These teen 80s movies is what I love. Like, I have a soft spot for those. Whiplash. Like, that's an amazing movie. Whiplash. I'll tell you, it's a great movie. Um, Inglourious Bastards. So I have 3 Tarantino movies in my top 10. Inglourious Bastards, great war film, not historically accurate, but it's just amazing. Of course, I had to give it 5 stars. Come on, like, I think all these movies up here are 5 stars. Yeah, my top 10 are all 5 stars. Because why would you put a movie in your top 10 and rate it like a 3? You don't do that. You don't do that unless you're like, yeah, I like it, but it didn't have my cinematography I liked. No, no, that means you didn't enjoy it. Um, I do have Reservoir Dogs. Tarantino, oh my gosh, like he is the man. You know, this is a great movie. Reservoir Dogs. I wrote a thing like that. I just wrote like like a little short film, kind of like Reservoir Dogs, and it wasn't the same. Like this movie, these Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. He had the greatest 2 movie run. I'll tell you. 11th, I got. On the 12th, I got 2 monster movies, but Godfather 2. It's amazing. Al Pacino just shows the downfall of Michael Corleone. Michael Corleone, I think, one of the best fictional characters ever written. Um, yeah, I suggest whoever hasn't seen Godfather. I watched all 3 in a month. But whoever hasn't seen Godfather, 1, 2, or 3, watch all 3 of them if you got time. They're good movies. You should at least watch Godfather 1. If you don't want to watch the second one, it's 3 hours and 20 minutes. So it is very, very long, but if you want to split it into 2 days watching it, like an hour and a half, then that's fine. But The Godfather 3 still, it's not, people don't like it, but it's still good. It's still a good movie. So, so yeah, next one, Martin Scorsese, Goodfellas. Can't go wrong with it. Like, it's a great film. Joe Pesci, Gerard De Niro, Ray Liotta, Henry Hill. The story of Henry Hill. Amazing. French film. 2 of them are foreign, actually. These 2. Lahane. Hubert. Vince. Said, you know. Shows the dark side of Paris and, like, the ghetto and stuff. Shows the ghetto of Paris. This is an amazing movie. It's very short, too. It's under 100 minutes. So, if you want to watch it, I suggest you should. Next one, I watched an Italian class and I cried. Life is Beautiful, Roberto Benigni. An amazing movie. I think the best Italian movie I've ever watched. and I watched I think like 4 or 5. And another Italian film is on here, but yeah, Life is Beautiful. It's a beautiful movie, so well, you can't go wrong. 2 movies, comedy movies, Hangover, Step Brothers, 2 of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I like Step Brothers better because it's just more hilarious. But yeah, you can't go wrong with either one. So same as Hangover. Like if you want to watch a funny comedy movie, I recommend those 2. Baby Driver, another good movie. Uh, I don't really know what to say. It's just a good movie. Very odd and it's very good. Some people don't like it, but I like it. So yeah. Next one, 10 Things I Hate About You. Heath Ledger. I think he gives his best performance in this. First time I watched it, I was like, I don't like it. Watched it again. Loved it. I loved it. It was really really good. Next one, Billy Wilder, Sunset Boulevard. I watched this. I think this is also one of the first movies I logged on Letterboxd, and I watched it. It was really good. I suggest you guys should watch it. Old movies. People who don't like black and white movies, you're missing out. Because I think some of these movies are in black and white, like La Haine, Sunset Boulevard, 12 Angry Men. Like, they're in black and white, and they're amazing. Same as foreign movies. I don't like people who don't like subtitles when they watch stuff. Like, I was talking with someone, and said they were watching Squid Game in English. No, you gotta watch it in Korean. Because the dub is horrible. It's like, I've played these games before. Red light. Like, it's like, yeah. But, next one, Forrest Gump. Classic. You know it. Come on. Django. Cowboy Western movies. Modern Western. Really, really good. Quentin Tarantino, another Tarantino movie. I don't know. It's just amazing. Like, you can't hate it. You can't hate it. I've seen it. Christoph Waltz as well. He always performs well in Tarantino movies. He's just beautifully written. Hans Landa. I have the Inglourious Basterds script. I read it. Landa. He's an evil, evil guy. But Dr. Schultz as well. He's great. Bounty Hunter. Next one, Italian movie. Cinema Paradiso. I watched this in Italian class as well pretty recently. Very good movie. Very good story. I love it. The story's kind of basic, but it's just very heartwarming. American Beauty. Kevin Spacey. Story's messed up, but movie's really good, But yeah, it's Kevin Spacey. I'm separating art from artist here. He's an amazing actor, but he's a horrible person. But all the movies he's in, he always performs like amazingly. As you can see, Baby Driver, American Beauty. I've seen him in other movies and stuff, but he's a good actor. He's got he's like very melodrama. Ocean's 11, great. I think if not the greatest heist movie of all time. It's so good. Like, you rob the Bellagio in one night and you make like 150 million. Who doesn't love that? Stanley Kubrick. I got 2 of them. I got 2 Stanley Kubrick films. The Shining. It's the best horror movie I've ever seen in my life. The ending is just scary. It's just zooming in on a picture, but it's just scary. Great movie. Stanley Kubrick, one of the best directors of all time. I've watched 4 or 5 of his movies. As you see, I've liked 2 of them. I give 2 of them 5 stars. The other 2 I've just given 4, like Doctor Strangelove and Space Odyssey. I like them, but I didn't understand them. Like, I understand Doctor Strangelove, but like Space Odyssey, I didn't understand it. Like people are saying like, oh, it's one of the greatest movies of all time, stuff like that. Like, sure, but I didn't like it that much. I did. Cinematography was beautiful, but I didn't like. Dude, nothing really. Like, you don't hear someone speak until like the 48th minute of the film. So, next one, Usual Suspects. Can't go wrong with this movie. Again, Kevin Spacey. Verbal Kint, yeah. Benicio del Toro's in this as well. I love Benicio del Toro. He's hilarious. His voice in this movie is hilarious. What the? Like, he's hilarious. But, yeah, this movie has a very good twist ending. Had my jaw at the floor, I could say that. Like Fight Club. Those 2 movies just, like, amazed me. Fight Club, I think, it's in here. If I had a bigger list, I could put it in here at, like, 33. But, most of these movies I like better than it. Blowout, Brian De Palma. Great movie. Great movie. I gave it 5 stars. John Travolta, amazing actor. What's his name? He's in Dexter. He plays the Trinity Killer. John Lingla. He scares me. He truly scares me in the parts he plays, especially in this movie, and in Dexter. Scares me. Next one, Full Metal Jacket. Amazing movie. I think first Vietnam War film I've seen, where it actually freaks me out, and like the trauma of Vietnam and like what happens there is just it's amazing. It's amazing. Like next one is Prisoners. Dennis Villeneuve. I think he's Canadian. I'm pretty sure, because he made Bully Technique, and that's a Canadian. That's Canadian history, but I think he is. I'm pretty sure he's like from Quebecois. But, anyways, amazing movie. Like, very good ending as well. It's the very twist ending. I like movies with twist endings, if they're good. You know what I mean? If they're good. If there's like a bad movie and the ending's like there's a twist ending and it's bad too, I don't like it. I like movies with twist endings, and just movies with like, that are just good. The movies that I like. Anyways, Jake Gyllenhaal I think gives his best acting performance ever in this movie. Sure, people say Brokeback Mountain and stuff like that, but no, it's this movie. It's this movie. I'll tell you. He plays a detective and he's kind of sketchy. He's like a sketchy, and it takes place in like the weirdest weirdest town of all time. It's in like Midwestern Pennsylvania. Next one, When Harry Met Sally. Come on, you can't hate this movie. Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan. Classic movie to watch. Very romantic movie. I love it. See, I have 3 romance movies, or 4, if you count Life is Beautiful. But yeah, next one is Casino, Scorsese. I love Marty. I love Marty. Marty. I watched. This year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch a Scorsese movie. I watched a couple. Loved them ever since. Like, and I'm hungry for more. I'm gonna watch The Departed later. I've mentioned The Departed a bunch because I've heard it's really good. But boy, is this movie good. Casino. I think it's in the 250. I'm not sure. I'll check later. We could go through 250 in a bit. But great movie. Peter Weir, Truman Show, At the Last Spot. This movie had me also very like good ending too. You know, he's on the steps. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. You know, Jim Carrey. He's a funny man, but he can also play dramatic roles like Robin Williams before him. They're just great in dramatic roles. I don't know what it is about comedians and dramatic roles, but they just like are amazing. They're just the best. But yeah, that's my 32 favorites. We can go through the list. 250. Hold on. As you can see, it says Letterboxd Year in Review. We'll get to it. Don't worry. It's in most popular, right here. So this is where I usually get most of my movies to put in my watch list. Top 250 films of all time. Of course, I liked it. I've seen 34. I've seen like 40 of these movies because I made a list. As you can see, 12 Angry Men, Godfather. I don't know. In my opinion, I like Godfather 1 better. Shawshank should be higher, but what are you gonna do? I've seen Lord of the Rings 3. But yeah, you can see here most of the movies in here. Goodfellas, Paths of Glory. I still need to watch that. Same as Apocalypse Now. But yeah, like there's a bunch of movies here that I have to watch. Inglourious Basterds, I think, is this one. No, it's not. It's this one. I have Seven Seal in my playlist, watch list. But I watched like the first couple minutes and I was kind of bored. But I'm gonna give it another chance. One Floor of the Cuckoo's Nest. I give that a 5. He gave it a 4.5. Whatever. But what you guys have all been waiting for, we're gonna look at my year in review. So here's Stas the Waz's 2024 in film. So I have 94 logged and 94 reviewed. It would be way more if I had the app in January. But it is what it is, you know. Whatever. 189 hours watched, that's probably tripled. I wish they added shows. They have miniseries, like Dexter New Blood's in here, and Lila and Eric Menendez story, and Twin Peaks. They have that there. But those are miniseries, so those aren't like long form shows like The Office or Succession, stuff like that, you know. But most watched actor, most watched director, Robert De Niro. Come on, I think most of the movies that I watched with him in it. If I can look, if I can press on him, yeah. See, 2024 with Robert De Niro. Uh, yeah. Analyze this: Goodfellas, Untouchables, Casino, Jackie Brown, King of Comedy. It's mostly um, uh, Scorsese movies, with the exception of Godfather 2, Untouchables, Analyze This, and Jackie Brown. But yeah, most of the movies that I watch with him in it is Scorsese movies. Next one, of course, Quentin Tarantino. Um, I have all his like watched that I've seen. As you can see, Hateful Eight, Django. Yeah, I watched this on Christmas Eve. Uh, Jackie Brown, Death Proof, Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs. That's the short film that helped them make the movie. Kill Bills. Watch those two. Origin O Ren. It's on Letterboxd, but it's in the movie. Pulp Fiction and Glorious Bastards. I don't have Once Upon a Hollywood because I haven't logged that yet. Is this mine? Which one? Which? We'll go back. These two, I'm not surprised. It's Quentin Tarantino, my favorite director. You know, I had to watch his movies. Like even he was my favorite director, even though I watched only 3 of his movies. Because I watched Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Then I watched Inglourious Bastards, Jackie Brown, all those other movies, and I was like, holy crap, this guy's like he's a great director. He's my idol. Robert De Niro, one of the greatest I think, in my opinion, the greatest actor of all time. Um, he's been in practically like every movie. Like if you could name a movie, he's probably been in it. You know, but Tarantino, you know, he has the popularity. He has everything. He's got the good movies. He's got good writing. He's got good characters. He. I like how he makes his movies because he starts at one little topic and then he expands, but he doesn't make it like it's not a basic topic. It's like something very obscure, and he just writes it like amazingly. Highly rated 2024 films. See, so top 24, 2024. I don't know why they don't have my highest rated. We'll check out my highest rated. But Aaron Klein Menendez story, 4.5. Loved it. I even though controversy around the show, it was really well written. I liked it a lot. It was really cool. The music was amazing too. They had Milli Vanilli. It was really nice. Cooper Koch, amazing actor. Same as Nicholas Alexander Chavez. Cooper Koch, Nicholas. But yeah, amazing show. Um, Opened my eyes to, like, I was invested in the Lilac and Menendez story before, and it just opened my eyes to more this show as well. So next one is I have 4 stars. The Substance. Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. They're amazing in this movie. I watched it in the theater, and like the ending is like kind of like a crappy horror like 80s movie, but it's really good. I like it a lot. It is still in theaters, so if you guys want to go watch it, I suggest you should. It actually recently won a Golden Globe, a couple nights ago. Next one, Deadpool and Wolverine. I think this is like the second or first highest grossing movie of all not of all time. Sorry, in 2024. It was, oh my gosh, it was so funny and so good. Most watched weeks, 10 films in November 11th. I don't know why this one December wasn't, because I watched like 30 movies in December and it was like 2 weeks. So I just had so much time, you know. There was nothing to do. January to or early September, I don't have anything because I didn't have Letterboxd. So most watched day, 17 films Sunday. Oh, okay. Wednesday and Friday are my second most. Sunday usually it's, you know, I get home after church, watch a movie or two, then do my thing, go to dancing. Friday as well. Come home from school, do my homework, and watch a movie. Wednesday, I don't know why Wednesday. I barely remember watching a movie on Wednesday. Probably, yeah. But Monday, Thursday isn't because I guess nothing. First watch of the year, Long Legs. That wasn't my first movie I watched in 2024. There were multiple other ones, but yeah, Long Legs. Oh, it was hilarious. It was funny. It was funny, but it was scary. Like that. That was a movie. I think that besides The Shining, that was the second movie I was most scared of that what I watched. Oh my gosh, it's so scary. Osgood Perkins, son of Anthony Perkins, made this movie amazing. Nicolas Cage is in it. He plays the antagonist. Also a twist ending. It's very good. Also, movies that deal with horror and religion truly scares me. So, yeah. The next one is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I ended the year off with a movie I didn't like. I I watched it. I didn't like it. I was like, I didn't. It wasn't my cup of tea. You know what I mean? 50th, my milestone 50th movie was Lahane. And then my most watched theme, crude humor and satire. Um, let's see what those are. Crude theme. Oh, Home Alone 2, Santa Claus Elf. Oh, it's just like, oh, it's a lot of comedies. I watched a lot of comedies. And then most watched nano genre was gangster violence drama. So that's Pulp Fiction. Like all, yeah. See, it's all like mobster movies. Yeah. Oh, Pulp Fiction wasn't in there, but that's okay. Um, well, that's all. Well, that's all for today. We'll just leave it here. That's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys have Letterboxd, I suggest you guys give it a follow. If this video is received well, I might, I'll still make videos. But yeah, I know it took me a while to come back. Sorry, my things are loading because I have so many tabs open. But yeah, it took me a while to come back. Um, but yeah, I decided perfect comeback. I'll make a Letterboxd account. I'll do a Letterboxd video. So yeah. But anyways, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.